31. Roll call, please.
Leckstock.
Here.
Blair.
Here.
Horn.
Here.
Pat Salas.
Here.
Boda.
Here.
Town. Here. Simons.
Here. All present. Kathy, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next we have the approval of the agenda. Is there any additions or deletions to the agenda as presented?
I have one.
Okay,
Could we please make an addition under new business, township manager job description for number 4?
we could probably put that under old business. We have already discussed that a little bit, haven't we? That we agreed to have one.
I'm sorry, what does she want to change?
What's that?
What does she want to change on the agenda?
She wants to add a discussion about the township manager.
New business?
Yeah, we can do it under new business, okay. That'll be item 4. Is there anybody else that has any additions or deletions to the agenda? I have some. I would like to add a discussion about the assessor to the agenda. And I'd also like to add, the St. Clair Little League has sent in their paperwork for their donation for the St. Clair Little League, like we did the Marine City Little League.
Right, but I thought we already did that.
We did Marine City.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
A couple of meetings ago.
When we did it was a senior all-night party for St. Clair. It was a senior all-night party.
Oh, that's right, too.
This is for the Little League.
Okay, five was the
5 will be the assessor,
assessor.
6 will be the St. Clair Little League. Is there any other discussions or additions or deletions to the agenda as presented? If not, a motion to accept the agenda as presented with the changes of 4, 5, and 6.
I will make a motion to accept the agenda with the additions of 4, 5, and 6.
Support.
It's been moved and supported that we approve the agenda with the additions of 4, 5, and 6. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next, we have the approval of the minutes of May 21, 2018.
If there are no additions or deletions, I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes of May 21st, 2018 as presented.
I'll support.
It's been moved and supported that we approve the minutes of May 21st, 2018. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have public comment, and anybody in the audience would like to speak about anything that's not on the agenda. Seeing no one in the audience, we'll move on to the consent agenda. We have the C1, May 2018 Building Department Report.
I'll make a motion we accept the consent agenda as presented.
I'll support.
We have a motion and a support that we accept the consent agenda as presented. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next, we have disbursements. We have invoices of $125,542.02. We have accounts payable of $125,218.04. We have a payroll direct deposit of $27,151.98. And we have the EFT payments of $36,000. $204.96 for a total disbursement of $314,117.
I'll make a motion, we pay the bills in the amount of $314,117.
I'll support.
We have a motion and we have a support to pay the bills. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Blair,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Boda,
Yes.
Pat Salas.
Yes.
Blackstock.
Yes.
Town, yes. Simons.
Yes, motion carries, we pay the bills. Next, moving on to new business. We have new business item 1. The annual MTA dues, $5,619. This is something we do every year. That's what it costs us to belong to the MTA.
Do you remember what it was last year, Larry? Was it pretty close?
Pretty close, yeah, and this is without that. We're not taking that,
Legal defense.
yeah. That's the numbers we got
I'll
in there.
make a motion, we pay the dues for the MTA without legal defense for a total of $5,619.
Support.
It's been moved and supported that we pay the annual dues of $5,619. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Boda,
Yes.
Pat Salas.
Yes.
Blair,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Blackstock.
Yes.
Town, yes. Simons.
Yes, motion carries. Moving on to new business 2, the Point Drive restoration bids. We advertised in the paper, we had a walkthrough, we got 2 bids, so I'm gonna open the 2 bids. I mean, the reason we're doing the restoration is we don't have the manpower to do all this work. So. Really put together here.
When you're talking about the restoration bids, that's gonna be the seating, pretty much everything?
Yep, fixing the sprinklers, the concrete, digging out that one stump we have.
Okay.
Blaine walked, these 2 contractors were at the walkthrough.
They all bidding on the same thing, Larry?
Yep, they all looked at the same thing, yep.
Okay.
This is St. Clair Landscape and Irrigation. And the bid is for property restoration along Point Drive, River Road, in East China Township. Bid is to supply materials, labor to restore properties identified at the walkthrough. This has got a sod price on it. There was a little mix-up in communication on here. This has got a $3,550 sod price on there. Blaine misunderstood the person. This is like separate. So the actual bid is $41,010.95. And if they did the sodding, it would be another $3,550. So St. Clair Landscape and Irrigation bid is $41,000. $10.
3,500? No.
If they did the sod, he asked for a separate quote for one of the residents wanted to do the sod and pay for it himself, but he wants to get his own contractor. So the price is $41,010.95.
Oh, ignore the sod?
Yeah, that was just a separate price we got for.
It's 31, not 41, 31.
$41,010.95.
Pardon me. Larry, who owns that business or who will do the work?
I believe that's Dan McCartney,
Okay,
township resident, or the business is in the township.
thank you.
The other bid we had is from Kevin's Lawn Care and Snow Removal. I don't know how to get into this. Definitely sealed. Try the other end. This is Kevin's Lawn Care and Snow Removal on Range Road in St. Clair Township. He's broke it down by addresses. I should say that the other one's not broke down by addresses. This one's broke down by addresses that they went to. His bid is, the price for restoration work will be $39,450 and will include the following services, which is all the properties that we talked about. It's a bit higher, I know, than what Blaine was planning on. So, I mean, it's a lot of money.
How many parcels is there, Larry?
I think there was 27.
Oh, I didn't know there's that many.
2, 3, 4. There's 20 on there. And this guy wants $34.50 to do that sodding job that we wanted. Just a price for the resident. So really, I guess our two prices are $41.10 and $39,450.
Does Kevin's Lawn Care do the irrigation in the sprinklers theirself, or do they farm that out to someone else?
I don't know if they have
So if there's a
that.
problem, we can call that person,
And this,
or, you know.
yeah, I don't know. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
say in here that but they would be responsible for that.
Okay.
I know St. Clair Irrigation, they do
They do everything.
the whole thing.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
This was all hydro seeding too, not drop seeding. I mean, I guess if we wanted to save some money, we could go to the drop seeding. And this should be to do that,
Excuse me, does St. Clair, they gave you a price for sod on only one location?
that was an individual wanted that price. We're not gonna sod any of them.
No, we're gonna use hydro seed.
Hydro seed, yes.
Will this come out of the sewer budget or the,
Well, it's gonna, I would think we would wanna have it come out of the sewer budget. I mean,
Pertaining to it.
it's sewer. I mean, it just seems like a lot of money. But it doesn't say anything here about that concrete.
Price, there's only two bids.
I am surprised at the cost. I didn't think it was that much involved with it.
I don't see the one that we want here is oh, yeah, 9 sections of concrete, yeah, we have to do that one. Repair the sprinklers and, I don't know.
How about that sidewalk that was tore up?
It's on here,
Is that on there?
yep.
Have we worked with both those companies, Larry?
I believe we have from time to time. I know we've worked with Kevin, they've done some tree work in the cemetery for us, they've cut trees down. He has a tree service. We bought different things from Kevin's. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty detailed. I mean, the one backyard, they're cutting the sod out and hauling away topsoil, grade and hydro seed. The one they're grinding the stump,
Is that a tree that was taken down?
well, in order to get in, Blaine got permission to cut a tree down from one of the residents, and it really made the access to the backyards a lot easier. and there was a stump in there, and it has to be ground out. Now, in the meantime, the resident has called me since we put this out, and they would like it dug out. So I talked to Blaine, and I said, why don't you just go dig it out with the backhoe, and then we'll let them do the restoration, so they'll have to take something off this bid. Or let them dig it out with a backhoe, one way or the other. It's gotta be as cheap to grind it as to pull it out. It's only about 6 inches or 8-inch tree. It wasn't a very big tree. I don't know, what's your pleasure? Do you wanna,
Does it need studying, the two bids, before we award?
well, we could have our engineers look at it, I mean, or we could have Blaine look at it, I mean. He's the one that walked him through it. Says here there, on the note, there is no guarantee on seed germination, and the job will not be completed by July 1.
Who is that from?
That's from Kevin's. And then it says on the other one, it says, note, starting date for the project will be approximately July 15th with completion August 1st. We do not guarantee germination. Residents should water at a regular basis and have an effective weed and feed program. It says see hydro sheet. This is what they got in their hydro seed. Says with St. Clair Nursery, a deposit of 30% is required and must be returned with your signed estimate before scheduling can take place. Remaining balance due upon completion of project. So you got two bids, 4110 and 39,450.
Either one have a bid bond?
No bonds. I don't know if Blaine asked for a bond. I guess we wouldn't pay for it if we weren't satisfied, right? Would that be the,
Yeah, well, we're paying 30% up front. That's why I'm looking for a bid bond.
only on the one, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, because they're gonna have our money and we don't know if we're gonna get the performance.
And the 30% is with Kevin's, you said?
39,000 was Kevin's, lawn care and snow removal.
I'm sorry, the 30% up front.
That was with St. Clair Landscape and Irrigation.
St. Clair Landscaping is local to our township.
St. Clair Landscaping is local. Kevin's is St. Clair, it says St. Clair, Michigan, but I think he's in St. Clair Township, yeah. I don't know. We're talking about,
It's only $1,600 difference.
I know he has a yard in Richmond. Kevin,
he does.
he has a yard in Richmond.
I mean, I
Or do
think
you
it's
want to
something
let
we-
Blaine review them, or,
I think it's something we have to do, Larry, because like you said, we don't have the manpower to do it, and it'll just put us too far behind to try to do this on our own, so.
It's getting
I
late
think
in
if
the
we
year,
do
right?
award a bid tonight, it has to be upon approval of Blaine, looking at it and accepting that everything is on there.
okay.
'Cause, I mean, he's the one that did the walkthrough, and we just want to make sure we get it right.
Well, I don't want our
None of us
residents
would
to
get-
sit here all dang summer and.
No, exactly. Nope.
I mean, it says there's no guarantee for Germany. The job will not be completed by July 1st. So, I mean, yeah, I think we're only looking at a month right now. Today's what, the 4th or? I guess the one thing I'd want to know is what would be a rough completion date on this one if we went with the low bid and Blaine's approval.
When did he say it'd start? Is there a date on there it's starting?
No? You guys want to look at these? I'm not sitting there hogging them all. It says 27 locations on the top of that one. Here's the other one. Maybe if you've walked, well, you live down there, Don, and Don, I mean, you guys know what we got down there. I mean, we got
I only know of the one on Point Drive.
the one piece of property? Which one?
Frank's.
Oh, Well, we got quite a few.
And then I know some on the
Yeah.
other side of the street, there's quite a few
Yeah,
there.
there's quite a few there. I
There's
think
4 or
there's
5 of
three
them
right in
there.
a row there, 3 or 4 right in a row.
Yeah, there might
Well,
be 4
we're
or 5
looking
of
at-
them in there.
We're looking at $1,500 per lot.
Was that what it is divided by?
Yeah, when you look at it that way, it doesn't sound like a lot of money.
Well, some of them are just a matter of a couple of tracks, but
Larry, was there anything on them about the difference in hydro seeding and sod?
no,
And the
well,
difference in the
we don't
price?
want to do sod. That would be really expensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I was just wondering if they.
The other
gave you a
thing would be the
difference.
drop seeding, just, putting seed in there. And
Yeah, it'll germinate quick, if you get enough rain or water.
Well, that's what Blaine handled it, and that was the specs he put in there. He wanted it hydro seeded. I mean, I guess we could ask the difference in the prices from those two contractors.
It's not gonna be cheaper, though. I mean, it's definitely not gonna be
Oh, it'd be a
cheaper.
lot more expensive with sod, but
Oh, sod, no, I mean just drop seeding it, not, instead of hydro seeding it. I don't know.
that would take a couple of weeks though for it to even germinate.
Well, it takes 14 days, yeah, usually for 13 to 14 days to germinate.
Hydro seeding moves pretty good.
But there could be settling in some of these too.
Oh, yes, there's still be settling.
I mean, some of those they dug down there 8, 10 feet, because we couldn't get them with our excavator.
Well, Frank said he got on the porch, he couldn't see the guy in the hole.
Yeah.
I know the ones on this side of the street are down there a long ways. They're down there.
Those were 18 feet.
Yes, sir, they're down there.
And we're not done yet. I mean, we still have a lot more to do. But what are we gonna do? We gotta fix what we,
When are they going to start working again on it?
either when it's dry enough, he's gonna try and dig a few himself. But if we do 1 or 2, we can handle the restoration ourselves on 1 or 2.
Uh-huh. But you don't know how many more because they gotta run the camera through, don't they?
Well, we've cambered most of that on this end. We have to, the problem we're having with Cameron is from the Walnut north on Point Drive, going to the lift station.
Oh, okay.
We got some trouble trying to get the camera through there, and that was the part it was too soft to get in there. Now it's probably getting hard enough we can get the camera back in there to put it down in and we got a jet router at first so we can camera it. And that jet router truck is pretty big.
I know they were on my property there for quite a while.
Yeah, this is considerable more than we had anticipated. I
They didn't
mean,
do
I know
no
it's more
damage
than
to
Blaine
mine,
had
but they-
anticipated.
They used the driveway to back their equipment in.
I mean, if we had more manpower, but we don't want to hire more manpower for the township and then, to do the job, I mean, it's a lot. I knew it would be a lot when we were digging it all up there in February. It was, we were making a mess. So,
Isn't there too many questions to be voted on tonight?
okay,
I'll make a motion to, how do you say, pass it along to the next meeting.
I hate to wait too long on this, but
I agree with Larry. You have people that want to have
4th of
functions.
July, well, it's not gonna be done by the 4th of July, so.
Yeah, but they don't want it done by October. They want it done so they can enjoy it this summer. I'd like to do something sooner.
I would say we should approve one or the other, like Angelo said, with stipulations of, Blaine's approval and, what was the other one, Angela, Chad,
Just making sure that, upon approval, that Blaine, it was just Blaine, the Blaine thing. Just make sure he approves it and sees that everything is there. But again, I don't know if I'd want to wait 2 weeks, because now all of a sudden this date is going to move back to August 15th.
yeah, we've been
and going
putting these
through
people
and-
off, putting
It'd
them
be
off.
nice
I
if it
mean,
could be
now the
done.
weather's right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
It'd be
dry
nice
enough
if it
now
could
to
be
get
done
in.
by the 1st of July.
Huh?
I said it'd be nice if it could be done by the first.
Well, it's not gonna be.
Neither of them will have it done by the 1st
Kevin
of
might get
July.
on it quicker than the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy said he wouldn't start before the 15th of July.
Yeah, I
Right.
seen that.
Right. But Kevin, all Kevin tells us is that it won't be completed by July 1st. It doesn't say when he's gonna start.
I guess that was the other thing, we would like to know a completion date or
Yeah.
an approximate completion date.
Yeah, because again, if he, I mean, he says it's not gonna be completed by July 1st,
Yeah, he
but does that
he
mean
could put it
September
off to-
1st?
And St.
Late
Clair
in the
said
fall.
it will be finished by August 1st, so you know a
need some kind
completion
of a
date.
starting date and a
They're in our
completion date.
township. I think that's a, you know,
Who's
they're,
that? You're going for,
St. Clair is a couple dollars more, but they have a completion date on it. They're in our township.
yeah, they have start date on a project will be approximately the 15th and completed by August. So they're looking at a 2-week job here.
Right.
Well, it's got personnel, they can go and do different jobs, they don't have to keep going from one to one to one.
Yeah.
He's hoping there's no bad weather either.
Well, I mean, this time of the year, I mean, it's up to you guys, whatever you feel you want to do.
Are you making that a motion, Kathy?
Would I,
Are you making that a motion? What,
a motion to go with St. Clair?
yes.
Yes, I would make a motion to go with St. Clair.
Go with Kevin's.
What?
She's
Okay,
going
we have a
with
motion, do we have support?
Clair.
They are in our
Clair.
township. They have a completion date.
I think we should get a completion date from both of them.
Well, then you gotta delay it for 2 weeks.
Did you get that?
No, it
Don
could
Bona
just be a couple of
supported?
days.
Oh, did he?
I'll
One
approve
that
it
gets,
then.
one that gets it done quicker gets it.
What are the stipulations?
Well, that's gonna give us, we want to have approval of Blaine. And what was the other one? And we have a completion date here of 15th, of the 1st of August. God, that's still 2 months away.
Exactly.
That's right.
Not gonna get them done overnight, it's a lot of work.
What's that completion, the 1st of August? That's
Yes.
6 weeks after it starts.
No, he said he'll start it,
Oh, yeah, that's not,
Middle of July,
right.
2 weeks.
that's a whole month. It's
That's
a
a
month and a
month.
half before
Yeah.
we even get it started.
That's right.
Yeah, I know.
When's the other one gonna start? You don't know, do you?
He said it will not be completed by July 1st.
That's all he says. He doesn't say when he's gonna start or anything. It just won't be done by July 1st.
Well, the other one won't start till the 15th.
Yeah, so, I guess, I feel we need to have a completion date by this other one. It's just, this is just dragging it out for so long with the other one. But we have a motion on the floor and we have a second. Is there any further discussion?
Who seconded that?
Mr.
Don
Bona?
did?
Well, we're gonna have stipulations. I don't have them.
What are your stipulations, Kathy? We already know the completion date. Blaine's approval would be one, I think. But that, you gotta add that to your motion.
I would like to add Blaine's approval.
Is there any further discussion? Everybody knows what the motion is? I would like to have some more discussion about, I don't like the time frame that it's gonna be a whole nother month of the people not getting their yards back.
Well, there's not much choice.
Huh?
There's not much choice. We got 20-some yards to worry about. That's gonna take time.
But he's not even gonna start until July, over a month from now.
He'll be done by August first.
The thing is,
Who knows what Kevin will do?
I just look at it, if we wait 2 more weeks, though, that's gonna push Kevin back 2 more weeks. I mean, if he doesn't get approval on this, now that July 1st is gonna
Sounds
move
like-
to July 15th.
Sounds
So we're
like,
heading right back to that, I mean, if we wait, we're gonna head into that August anyway,
Oh,
so that's what I'm saying, I mean,
sounds like Kevin could start any time. He doesn't have a starting date.
You just said it won't be completed by July 1.
right,
But it could be completed by July 2nd.
Yeah, or the 10th, you know, I mean.
right, or the
The other
10th,
guy won't
exactly.
start till-
If we knew that, then we could go ahead and make that motion. The problem is,
We're only, I mean, the other one's estimating 2 weeks to do the job, so I gotta think he's estimated close to that
The other
too.
one won't start till when? July the 15th.
Well, anyways, we have a motion on the floor and a support for St. Clair Landscape and Irrigation for $41,110.
95 cents,
$41,010.05.
95.
95 cents, with
95.
the stipulation of having Blaine's approval. Any further discussion?
That's too many.
If not, roll call, please.
Boda,
Yes.
Pat Salas,
Yes.
Horn,
I'm gonna vote no.
Blair,
Yes.
Blackstock,
I'll vote no too.
Town, no. Simons,
No. Motion fails.
So are we going to try and get a date from Kevin's then at this point in time?
If you want to make a motion to that effect, to have a date of completion,
Date of start and completion.
start and completion of that.
Well, I think us as a board, we owe it to the residents to get this job done. Okay? We already motioned that we do not want St. Clair Landscaping to do it, so I think as a board, we have to get a start date and a completion date from Kevin's Lawn Care, and then we have to make a decision on one of the two. That's all we have is two bids. It's not like we can do anything else. We don't have any more options. So if we've already turned down St. Clair Landscape, then we need to get a start date and an end date from Kevin's and
And we
move
might
along
have-
with this.
We might have to come back with them.
I mean, so I make a motion that we contact Kevin's Lawn Care tomorrow and get a start date and a completion date from them, and I guess bring it back to the board.
Well, we
And
could
they can
approve it
where
if
we
the,
are presently with
could we
the,
approve that if we
St.
let the
Clair Landscape.
supervisor call you at the house?
You'd get one from both of
You know
them?
what I mean, a phone call to
No, I'm just
approve
saying it's
it?
gonna be the middle of June before he starts, or latter part of June before he even starts.
I know, we gotta have some, the other one won't start till
Kevin's.
the 15th of July.
Right.
So what's your motion, Ange?
I'd like to get contact Kevin's Lawn Care to get a start date and an approximate completion date, and then, I guess, bring it back to the board, unless the board is willing to authorize Larry if the completion date is middle
Sooner
of
than the
July,
15th.
then we allow Larry to make the decision to tell him to go ahead and do it. So we don't wait 2 more weeks to bring it back to our board,
I'll support
because
that.
again, that's just gonna prolong it.
That would be
I'll
better.
support it.
Okay, so now let me get this motion clear. We have a motion to accept Kevin's Lawn Care upon start and completion date.
We need to get a start date and a completion date from them. If the completion date can be done before July 15th, then if this board wishes to give you permission to go ahead and award him the bid with the guarantee that it'll be done by July 15th.
I think we should let him negotiate and then award.
I agree, because if Kevin's can't be finished by the 15th, then what do we do? But we need to get somebody in place. I like your idea for Larry to speak with both companies, and if Kevin's can't,
I mean, to see if we can get St. Clair to move theirs up, their completion date up. So I think the reason they were denied was because of the August 1st completion.
Right.
I think that's why they're denied.
Yeah, that's way too
We
late.
want it sooner than that. So,
So what's he negotiating, a start and finish date?
See, I don't know what Blaine, he must have had July 1 as the completion date, because that's why they put it on here, it will not be completed by July 1. I don't know. Well, you have a motion and you have a second on the Kevin's lawn.
Who supported that one?
Herb,
and the only reason that motion is being made, because we have no other choice.
yeah.
We have 2 bids. If we turn down St. Clair, we have to go with Kevin's, but the drawback on Kevin's is we don't have a completion date. So I guess if that completion date falls in the parameter that this board wants it to, I think Larry should have the right to just tell him to go ahead with it. It moves us ahead 2 weeks.
Right.
It's just a matter of what this board wants for a completion
So
date.
what would you say the completion date, before July 15th or 10th or something like that?
Wanna put the
Because you're gonna have
10th?
the 4th of July weekend in there, and that falls right in the middle of the week.
It'd be nice if you could have it done by then. Most of it, at least most of it.
I think
The other one
July-
won't start till when? July the 15th, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I can do that if you're looking like July 15th or right in that area, or July 10th by a completion date. And the start date is, well, we pretty much are concerned about the completion date and not the,
We're at June 4th today. I mean, if we call him tomorrow, that gives him, what, almost 3 weeks to start this job.
right.
So,
Yeah.
I know they're busy, but, again,
They're busy mowing, but are they busy with pushing dirt?
Right, well, I'm sure they are.
Should we make a contingency plan if Kevin's can't do it earlier, what we're gonna do?
Kevin might be able to
Because,
start tomorrow, you don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
but if they can't, should we make a plan?
I didn't talk
while
to
we're
the
here?
contractors, Blaine handled all this. I don't know. But we have a motion and we have a support for it on the one, so we have to act on that.
We could have a special meeting Friday.
Would you guys like to do that, table it and have a meeting, a short meeting? I hate to bring everybody back in, but it would also help me with the assessors that's coming up next.
I wouldn't have an issue with it. I wouldn't want the meeting on a Friday, but
No,
I wouldn't want to wait too long.
yeah, I would like something this week. I mean, if we're gonna
maybe
do it
Thursday.
Wednesday, Thursday would be fine, because I think you should have an answer by Wednesday or Thursday, or we can do it
I
Thursday.
can do Thursday.
So want to table it until we
Yeah,
can
6
get
o'clock or
completion
something.
dates on this stuff? Okay. Well, we still have, you want to withdraw your motion?
I'll
and your
withdraw
second?
my motion and table this until we get further information, and we have a special meeting on Wednesday or Thursday.
Not good with you, Don?
I don't care, I know how we're going to vote against Kevin's going.
What's that?
I don't care when you guys set a meeting, because my vote for Kevin's.
Yeah, they should have had a start date
Okay.
and a
Yeah,
completion
we
date
should
on
have.
it.
Yep.
So you got
Dealt
some
with him,
prior
I've dealt
history.
with him twice, and it's been bad.
Okay.
Table till,
What
the
time
motion
would
is
that-
table till? The motion is,
Who made the motion?
I withdrew my original motion, and I'm making a motion that we will table this until Thursday. Is that what you want, Larry?
Yeah, that's good with
And I'll
me.
support it.
At like 5 o'clock or something like that, earlier?
okay. Pat
5
and Horn,
o'clock is good,
right?
here at the
So-
township at 5 o'clock.
Thursday.
Can you do that?
Herb, can you do that?
I think so.
5 o'clock Thursday?
All right, so we'll table it until Thursday. We'll have a special meeting to discuss this.
You have the date,
And you want me to get the
Thursday?
dates and completion, and then we can even throw it out to the other one too.
Right, and that's what I would say. I would say throw it out to St. Clair also, and just let them know that, what it is, because I mean, basically,
get it
we're
from both
reopening
of
the
them.
bids anyway, so,
Yeah,
because we're allowing Kevin's to change his bid, so.
We should allow them both.
Right, and just throw it back out to him and just let him know what the situation is.
because we want it done sooner than.
Exactly, we
the
want it done as
parameters
soon as
that
we can
we're
get it
getting
done.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion to table, and we had support for a later date, later meeting.
Yep.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next, moving on to new business item 3, the Sandy Smith resignation. You have a copy of it in front of you? Yeah, you do. It's right there, Don.
They're hidden up there.
She does say resignation and does not say retirement. And I think she's depending on retirement benefits.
So you gotta watch what you're saying there.
Well, we're just accepting the resignation right now.
just
That's what
resigned.
she's asked for as a resignation.
Right.
It says, to the Township Board from Office Manager Sandy Smith, May 29, 2018, resignation. Please accept my resignation from my position at East China Township of Office Manager and Deputy Clerk effective my last day, June 25th, due to health reasons. I am very grateful for my time here serving our fine township residents for 7 years as the Township Clerk and 14 and a half years as the Office Manager. Thank you kindly, and God bless you all. Sandy Smith.
What I'm getting at is that I think she's looking for retirement income, but it's not available.
It isn't, I don't-
Should we give her a chance to change the date?
It never came to my,
No, I didn't think about it.
I mean, this was given to me on the 29th, what, week ago. I think we have to accept her resignation if she wants to.
I'd make a motion,
she
we
wants
accept her
to,
resignation.
She wants to withdraw it
Yes.
before the 15th, I would think that would be acceptable.
I'll support that motion.
I just make a motion, we accept her resignation effective as of June 15th with big regrets. And again, if, like Larry said, if it's anything different, she can withdraw her resignation.
And yeah, that was Angelo and
Horn.
Horn. Okay, is there any further discussion? I'd like to say too, yeah, I'm thankful for all the work that she's done
Yes.
over the years, and I think we still have some work to do as a board before she goes as far as the healthcare, we're going with that. I
Exactly.
think we've discussed that before.
She has put 20 years into our township, so.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we're going to talk about the township manager. Kathy, you'd like to discuss a little bit about
Yes.
it?
We've put together a township manager job description. It's just a preliminary copy. I laid it on your desk. If you guys will just kind of see how we can tweak it and make it better. It's a longer version. You have the ad to put in the paper that you put together.
Me?
No,
No,
Don. And we're still working on it. And that's all.
It's only in the second draft. I wish everybody would understand that. That's all it is. And then I was gonna get
Yeah,
back to you and
yeah.
ask you if you want a copy of it, then
Yeah.
Kathy, myself, and Angela would have a meeting for what the costs are and for if I got all the information down as you want. That's,
What would
That's
you
where
do,
we're at.
place an ad for a township manager, then the person applying would contact us?
you either go through an
Look at the
MTA,
description.
you either go through to have it placed in the book, the township MTA book, which will take 4 to 5 weeks to have it put in, or you can go and have it put in on the website, their website, and that can go in within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Or you can have it done both ways. You can have it done on the website, and you can have it put into the book, Township magazine.
Is that free, Don, or
No.
you gotta pay?
It's $1 per word for members of the MTA and $1.
I don't know if I still got the one
per
from
word
last time.
For the
or
book?
not.
for a non-member.
I know I had some of
Well,
the,
we're members, we just approved it.
$1 a word.
some of the
Save 10
candidates.
cents, huh?
Well, we wouldn't put this whole description in the ad.
No.
Put
No.
the ad as a township manager, and then whoever wants to apply needs to call
Well, we
for
could
the-
post it on our website too.
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
They could
So-
just go to our website and see
Exactly,
it without, Don, without printing all those words.
They could do that too, but they're gonna put it on a website for people all around the state to look at. You know, some people might say, where's East China? Well, St. Clair County. Where's St. Clair County? You gotta get the information down.
But if they're that interested, I would think they would seek out where St. Clair County was and where East China Township was. I mean, if it's,
Since, just, is there any
Once
way
you
we
got
can
things
look
put
at?
together, you guys can look at it and decide.
right,
Nobody will want
the
that.
committee hasn't finished their job yet.
MTA is not national though, correct?
I don't know.
It's just Michigan.
I
It's
would
Michigan.
make a recommendation that we try and expand at least one job-seeking website that's
Oh,
out of the state, maybe.
Indeed.
Since our track record of receiving applicants for all positions has been a little limited lately.
Kathy said another community got quite a few, did you say 20-something?
Lexington received 22 applicants. They put theirs in the MML and the MTA in Indeed. They put
I'm
it
sorry, would they put their in?
in the Michigan municipality.
The MML, the
Yeah.
MTA, and Indeed.
Indeed.
That's who they went with.
I think we can discuss
Nice
where
if
we're
you could
putting it
advertise
once
in
we
that
get a
magazine
format
again.
what we're doing.
MTA.
But he says it
Good
takes
idea,
5
though,
weeks
her
to get it
putting
in
it-
there.
I know.
Fanning it out a little more.
I don't know if they'll do it anymore.
Then the other thing that was brought to my attention, and Kathy asked me about this, was what do we want to do with our office situation right now? I think it's time for the discussion. You know, we're going to be shorthanded. We have taxes to go out, we got water bills to go out. We're going to probably get this next round of water bills out before she leaves, but the taxes all going to be out by the 1st of July.
Can we hire a company to come in and do the,
Well,
Next
we're
one.
looking, we've made contact with a person right now that's willing to come in here and run the tax bills for a few hours and get them all printed off for us, and then we just have to stuff them. So that would take care of that. That's what we're looking at right now, as a backup. But Kathy is saying that, do we want to hire somebody to replace Sandy Smith at this time? Or, I'm looking for direction to do from the board.
I don't think we need to hire somebody to replace Sandy. I think if we do anything, we just get a company to do the taxes, you know, for paychecks and, you know, all that incidental stuff.
I don't know what company we would get. I mean,
Well,
we're
they
trying to
got
get an
companies.
individual.
I'm just saying, they got companies throughout southeast Michigan that do that kind of job. There's employers in St. Clair that use them.
And then we had some applicants that were very well qualified
at
with
Yeah,
BSA,
they're gonna put the
payroll,
paper there.
water
These are the
billing,
descriptions.
and we
This
could
one.
hire that person.
That's the only
And
one I got.
that person could be, you know, instead of us hiring a part-time to do a little bit of everything, we could have another good, solid employee there.
We're talking about hiring a township manager. The township manager should be involved, if not have the last word on who we hire. That's going to be working for him or her. So, you know, I think that hiring somebody permanent needs the township manager on board first.
I would just tend to agree a little bit with Greg on that, on this point, because we are actively seeking, and I think the board has made a decision to pursue a township manager, and that would be one of his responsibilities. And on the other hand, I mean, I know a lot of us here on the board, we've had many people come through this office. We've had many people quit. And I think this board needs to make it a priority to find out what is going on. Why is it that we have problems getting office staff? So to turn around and hire somebody right now full-time that's gonna quit on us in 2 weeks until we solve our problems, I don't think is an answer at this point. I think bringing somebody in part-time to help us get through our necessities, hire an office, a manager, a township manager to come in, and then at that point, we decide who we want, what we want to do and how we want to run our office. Because we do have some issues right now, and I just think we need to address the issues we're having.
So I guess what I'm asking, would I have the authorization to bring somebody in for 4 or 8 hours and pay them whatever their going rate is to help us out with that? I know you had mentioned the name. Maybe we can contact that person. Maybe they would like to come in and just do it part-time and see if they like it here. You know, just come in at night or something to help us out.
I think you should be okay with that, Larry.
I mean, give
But we
them
need
a chance too.
some help.
Yes, we definitely
We
need
need
help.
help.
We need
We
help,
need
there's
help.
no doubt about it. And it's not fair not to get the help, because again, We're not gonna be servicing our residents if we don't get that help in this office.
But I'm not gonna hire anybody part-time, it would just be on a part-time basis, as needed basis to
Right.
get us through this crunch time.
Yes.
Just as needed.
So I have that permission, or do you have a problem with that, or?
Oh, no.
I mean, I would be reporting back to the board, or I can call you and let you know where we're going, I mean, with the.
And you know, Larry, what we need. You know what we need to have done. You know what needs to go out and.
I mean, we've already made contact with one person, and maybe we'll contact that one that you had, and between the two of them, maybe, we really need help with the water billing too, so.
Because Teresa's gone for 5 weeks, right?
Yeah, well, possibly 5 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to her since she's left, but,
That could turn into 6 or 7.
yeah,
Easy.
we don't know. Okay, so then that's what we'll do with that. Do you have any more on the township manager, is that,
No,
did that answer any of your questions? or-
thank you.
Okay,
We-
so the committee's still in council, I guess, meeting on that. Okay, well, we're moving on to new business. Item 5 is a discussion on the assessor. In front of you, I have I have 3 different quotes. One is from the county of St. Clair County. One is from the Lisa Griffin Group, and the other one was a Dave MacArthur. Since this Dave MacArthur has applied, he is withdrawn, and that's what the cover sheet is saying, that it puts him over the limit with the DTE plant, so he cannot do it for us.
So might as well get rid of that one.
So he's out, but I just wanted to let you know that. And we advertised this, and that's all we got, was those 3. Talking with Mark, we're fine with a level 3 assessor right now with our valuations. I can pass this sheet down, and we'll be fine for probably another, until they get the new Edison plant built, and then we possibly could go to a level 4. But that'll be 2021, so we still got, 3 years to go. So we're fine with a level 3 assessor right now. The county has a level 4 assessor, and so does the Griffins. They both have level 4 and level 3s.
Griffins are the ones, China Township.
They're the ones in China Township, yeah. But I apologize, I didn't get this to you before, it was my mistake completely. But I'd like you to read through this. I mean, the one thing with the county is they want to do a reinspection of all of our parcels to the tune of $148,965. Go out and reassess them all. And then 5-year assessing is $70,000, which comes out to, I believe, $28,000 a year. And they've combined those two together, the 148 and the 70, to come up with $219,000. And then they're dividing that by 5 years to come up with a $43,919 annual payment.
That's the county.
That's the county, okay? And that's gonna give us 7.5 hours of office per week. In other words, we'll have an assessor here for 7.5 hours every week.
Larry, are they gonna be doing this to all the communities in the county? Reassessing, wanting to reassess them?
No, they don't do all the county, they don't do all the townships. They do Marine City and, trying to think what other town, I think, do they do Clay Township? They do another township.
Or
They
is
do
this-
several townships in the county.
or
They
is
don't
this
do them
just-
all.
Or is this just because of Edison?
No, it's just because of, they want to go through all the parcels that we have and relook at them all, measure them all, make sure that they're all correct. In case they have to go to the tax tribunal with a case, they want to be able to defend their numbers, not somebody else's. So that's that, the county one. Now, the Griffin one is, that's 8 hours, 1 day a week. We'll have somebody here in the office. And their price was 39 something. $39,580.
Per year, correct?
And this is, theirs, I believe, is on a 3-year contract. This contract length would be for 3 years, with the option of either the township or the assessing administration service up to opt out within 30 days' notice.
What was the cost per year?
What was that?
Cost per year.
$39,580 is for the Griffins. So, I mean, they're relatively close. The one is a 5-year. And this one is a 3-year, so, I mean, they're within, well, that's almost 44,000, so they're within like $4,000 apiece per year. So I guess 4 times, that'd be $24,000 difference over 3 years.
Larry, I think this is another one of those necessity things where we need to get this person into work a little bit with Mark also before Mark leaves.
Well, that's why I
So-
wanted to have this to you beforehand so you could read it all over, but
Can we add this to Thursday's meeting?
that's what I would like to do.
And we
and then-
we vote on
Till
this also
Thursday?
on Thursday.
And then we can make a decision on Thursday.
Yeah, make a decision on this on Thursday, because again, with Mark taking his vacation days,
Yep.
I mean, it would be good to have a smooth transition, bring this person in, have him work with Mark a little bit, and then,
And Mark and I met with the Griffins over at China one day, about a month ago. They wanted to discuss some things on the China side. We didn't meet with them to do ours.
Okay.
But we met with them because they had questions, because in the past, we've done the power plants together. And I think we should split them up. I think we should go on our own.
I believe Mark was the assessor for China Township too.
Correct. Correct.
Is there a problem here? I noticed he's got on a list, says we utilize, logmein.com to access office computers and we are not in the office. Does that,
So we can contact
well,
them.
I understand, but does that work with our computers, that program?
Yeah, they're all BSNA too,
Okay.
is what they assured us, yeah.
Do we need a motion to table?
Yeah, it was a discussion.
well, unless the board wants to vote on it today.
I don't like to drop this on you, and
Okay.
I apologize. I don't want to drop it on you today, but if you guys want to vote on it, that's up to you. If you've had enough time to read through it. I talked with our assessor we have now, and he likes either one of them. He thought either one of them would do a good job for us.
Now, the Griffins, they have a level 3 and a level 4.
She's a level 3, he's a level 4.
Okay.
But they also have associates, as you can see in their resume. And I've talked to China, I've talked to Doug Nowitzki of Greenwood Township, and I talked to Bruce Christie of Columbus Township. Those are a couple that I ran into about them, and they didn't have anything bad to say. I mean, I didn't call some of these other people that I don't know. I mean, people, between now and Thursday, if somebody wants to call a couple of them, feel free
See,
to.
Scott Atkins, a former city manager of St. Clair, is on here.
I also contacted St. Clair's assessor, and she wasn't interested in taking on more properties.
For the Griffin proposal, are we going to expect them to be in the office? Because this says either on-site or remote.
Yeah, we're gonna expect them to be 8 hours either. Most of the time will be in the office. They gotta have some kind of office hours so we can have people come here to talk to them. I'm assuming it's gonna be 8 hours in the office here, and then if we need them remotely, we'll do it
Okay.
via the computer, I would think, emails or whatever.
How do we end this? Do we
Either
do-
table
do
it
we
or make
need
a motion
do
we
need-
accept.
Do we need a, yeah, do we need a motion to table?
Or we can vote on it, whatever we want to do. Whatever you guys feel comfortable with. I don't want to force you into anything. We can wait till Thursday. It's not that. If you guys want to take a look at it, make some calls, I'm fine with that.
I'll make a motion, we table until Thursday's special meeting.
Okay.
I'll support.
It's been moved and supported that we table the assessor until Thursday, until our next meeting.
Might as well have more than one thing to
I-
discuss.
Who did that, Mitchell?
At this time, I'd like to go back to number 4, Township Manager.
Who did that?
It's just a discussion.
Blackstock
No,
and,
no motions, no nothing, okay.
We have a motion and a second to table the assessor's discussion, assessor's contract until the next meeting. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
What's Thursday's date?
I don't know what to look up.
The 7th.
Motion
seventh.
carries.
the 7th.
Seventh?
7th.
We'll have to make a motion to have that meeting someplace when we get down here. All right, the next thing on the, under new business is, item 6 is the St. Clair Little League. They've asked for their $100, which we give them every year to support the Little League.
I'll make a motion that we make a $100 donation to set up a service agreement with the St. Clair Little League for $100.
I'll support.
Who wants it? Horn.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Any further discussion on the Little League? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Blackstock?
Yes.
Blair?
Yes.
Horn?
Yes.
Pat Sallis?
Yes.
Boda?
Yes.
Cowan, yes. Simons?
Yes. Motion carries. All right, moving on to member comments. Mr. Horn,
I have nothing.
Mr. Pasalis.
Are we going to, before we, or you can do it after the member comments to make a motion to have a meeting
Yeah.
on Thursday?
Well, we can do it now, I guess. Would you like to make a motion to have our next meeting?
Yeah. I'd like to make a motion that we have a special meeting on Thursday at 5 PM to discuss the Point Drive restoration bids and the discussion on the assessor.
I'll support.
All right.
This is at 5 PM.
Yes, 5 PM Thursday.
5 PM
6, 7.
Thursday, which is what date did you say? 7th,
The 7th.
June 7th. I don't think I got anything that, no, I got something on Wednesday, not Thursday. Okay, we have a motion and a second to have a meeting at 5 o'clock on Thursday to complete the two things, the assessor and the bids, restoration bids. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now, member comments, Mr. Pasalis.
I have nothing this evening, thank you.
Mr. Boda.
I have nothing this evening, thank you.
No comment.
Yes, Blair, gee, you got anything? Well, I just want to report a couple things. One, they got that Urban Drive lift station done, and they billed us for it, so we're getting that paid.
Swallow hard.
Huh?
Swallow hard.
Yeah. Brought it in and, in budget, so that's a good thing. The other thing is, I just wanted to thank all the residents for their patience with this Point Drive stuff. I mean, we're shorthanded in the DPW, we're shorthanded every place, but I'd also like to thank our employees, the office, the sewer plant, the water plant, the DPW. If you've seen how well everybody's working and picking up, it's really good to see the sewer plant send a couple people to help Blaine in the cemetery do footings, the water plant sending people. People are stepping up. I mean, we got a lot of work here to do. So,
Larry, I do have one discussion.
Yeah.
Where are we at with the DPW worker right now?
he's done all the interviewing and he's got it narrowed down. He's gonna probably offer the job by Friday.
Did he get a lot of applicants this time, or?
Yeah, there was quite a few. He said he had some really good applicants, so.
Oh, good.
I think he interviewed 8 or 10.
Oh, that's great.
Now, once we hire this new one, there's gonna be another ad put out to hire another one. So we have 4 workers.
If we decide to do that. Right now, we've only done one.
Yeah, but that's all we had to decide on that the last meeting. That yes, we would hire another person, give them 4. They're short-handed even with 3.
I thought we said we'd hire one now and get the one, and then we'll take that list and then we'll look at it. I agree with you. mean, they're all excited about it. They heard it on the meeting. But let's get this one in here right now. And
Well, I'm all for that, but
yeah, I know you are, and I'm glad that you're for it. I mean, but we want to assess everything. So that was all I had. I mean, I just wanted to extend that out to everybody, and we'll get that other stuff done.
they hired guys that are in their seventies in a wheelchair, what do you hire?
That'd be me and you.
Okay, we need an adjournment.
All right, if that's all we have, then I guess a motion to adjourn would be in order.
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 8:36 or 7? 8:36.
36.
Support.
It's been moved and supported that we adjourn at 8:36. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.